name is Julie, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm really glad to have all of you here. You can begin in child's pose. Bring your toes together and your knees wide. Stretch your arms forward. Press your hands down. So this is such an exciting class for me to teach because this whole thing, like how we grow and how things change and how resolutions actually happen, it doesn't happen alone. It happens in community. So today, just relish in all of this exciting energy that's surrounding you on your left side, your right side, to the front and the back of your mat, and then just carry that energy with you as you practice, and let it be another piece that just fuels your practice today. Take a deep breath in, pause, release that same breath from your mouth. Inhale. Match your exhale. This spot right there, right here. Wiggle your toes. Press each and every one of your toes down onto the floor. Lift up your fingers. On purpose, mindfully land each one of your fingers down onto your mat. And then breathe. That's what the whole practice is about. Attach to your breath and let it carry you. Take another breath in through your nose this time. Breathe out through your nose. Feel your breath at the back of your throat. And then rise to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Take the shape of an upside down letter V. Bend your legs and walk your legs out right and left. I'm just going to scoot you a little closer to him. There's just one more person coming in. Shake your head out. Look in between your toes. There you go. Rise onto your tippy toes. Drop your heels behind you. Rise to your tippy toes as you breathe in. Keep your hands flat. Exhale, release your heels behind you. Rise to your tippy toes. Release your heels back. Lift your right leg up. Bend your knee. Take your heel to your bottom. Roll your foot. Squeeze your toes to the bottom of your foot. Rise up all the way onto your left tippy toes. Stretch your right leg straight behind you. Place it on the earth. Lift your left leg. Bend your knee. Take your heel to your bottom. There's a spot here and right there if you guys want to squish there. Right here and right there. Roll your ankle. Put a lot of pressure into your thumb and your pointer finger. Yep, let these be flat. Rise onto your tippy right toes. You'll roll out into a little bit of a high plank. Stretch your right leg behind you. Place it on the earth. Walk or jump up to the front of your mat. Lift halfway so your spine is flat. Exhale, fold. Grab your opposite elbow and sway side to side so your whole body clears the one side of your legs and then the other. Lift up your toes. Stretch them out all the way down onto your mat. Your head's heavy, 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 heavy. It just rolls off your spine. Release your arms down to the floor and bring your toes to touch. There's a little bit of space in between your heels. Press your feet down, keep your chin tucked, and rise all the way up. Your head's the last thing to arrive, just like the cherry on the top of a sundae. Reach your arms up, look between your fingers and spread them out. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Begin your practice with the sound of Om. Inhale. Reach your arms up. Fold to the floor. Breathe out. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. So it's high push-up, to a low push-up. And then upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Notice your elbows, point them behind you in low plank. Walk or jump up to the front of your mat. Lift halfway, exhale, fold. Rise up, reach your arms to the ceiling, exhale, fold to the floor. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. You can vary chaturanga and do it on your knees or your toes. Upward facing dog, that's it. Downward facing dog, breathe in. Punctuate the exhale just as much as the inhale. Walk or jump up to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, fold back down. Reach up. Fold. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. Your toes or your knees. Both options are available as variations. Up dog, downward facing dog. Press your hands down. Exhale. Move up to the front of your mat. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Meditate when you move. Reach and get involved. Exhale, fold. Watch your body go down. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Stretch. Make space from your fingers out beyond your toes. Bend your knees and hover them just above your mat. Keep all 10 of your toes connected. Press your hands flat. Take your eyes to your pointer finger. That's at the front of your mat. Identify your belly, and then use that muscle to jump up to the front of your mat. Excellent. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Reach up. Last sun A. Hook your thumbs, lean back. Press your feet down all four corners, and then expose your heart to the brick wall. Press it forward. Land your feet down. Fold to the floor. Lift halfway. You'll breathe in here. Chaturanga. 4 parts. High plank. Enter to low plank. Don't rush your process. Now upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Open your mouth. Sigh. That lets go what you don't need. Lift your right leg up. Bend your heel to your bottom. Look at your right foot under your left arm. Flip your dog. Stand in your feet and then reach up and back. Track your arm down the brick wall. Where your intention goes, your energy flows. So intend to press your feet down. Lift your bottom up. Open the front side of your body and breathe. Flip back to a 3-legged dog. That means your right leg lifts into the air. Take your right knee to your nose and round your spine out to a high plank. Press your right leg back. Take your right knee to your nose, around your spine, pull it in. Press your right leg back. Take your right knee to your nose, around your spine, stay here. Take your right leg back, place it on the earth, lift your left leg up. Bend your heel to your bottom, see your foot under your right arm this time, flip your dog. Stand, flip, reach. So when you're in your body, everything actually works. When you're outside of your body, it gets a little bit complicated. So enter back inside with breath. Breathe in and identify what's happening inside, the muscles, the bones. Stretch them apart, create a lot of space as you stay completely involved with your breath. Wait, don't go anywhere yet. Flip back over, 3-legged dog. Lift your left leg in the air. Take your knee to your nose, exhale. Be with your breath. Press your left leg back. Take your knee to your nose and round your spine. Identify a stretch in between your shoulder blades. Press your left leg back. Take your knee to your nose, pause. You'll want to have your shoulders right over your wrist. You'll want to press your hands flat. Stretch your left leg back. Place it on the earth. Jump up to the front of your mat or step. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Squat, chair pose. Sit down, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. chaturanga, or you can step to down dog. They're both variations. Upward facing, we'll all meet in down dog. Step your right foot to warrior one. Press your left foot flat, bring your hands down, chaturanga. So in warrior, make sure your back foot is flat. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your left foot to warrior one. Breathe in, go with the flow. Place your hands flat, step, chaturanga. Elbows in, elbows in. Upward facing dog, that's it. Downward facing dog, pause. Shake your head out. Breathe in, I. Breathe out, can. You'll want to do that again. Breathe in, I. Own the word can. Take your eyes to your toes. There's nothing to look at in front of you. Be on your mat. Breathe in, I. Involve yourself with the 3 letters C-A-N. Jump up to the front of your mat. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Squat, chair pose, reach high. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. Chaturanga or down dog. Pick a variation that your body is asking for. Up dog, down dog. Step your right foot, warrior one. Reach your arms up. Place your hands flat, chaturanga. Be certain that your back foot is flat in warrior one. Up dog, down dog. Step your left foot to warrior one. Breathe in, reach. So you want this foot flat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Try chaturanga on your knees. Take 3 breaths. So come to your knees. Low plank. Up dog. And then downward facing dog. Jump up to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Squat, chair pose, pause. In chair pose, lift up your toes. Use the ball and the heel of your foot. There you'll find true north alignment. Now sit down in your legs until you start a conversation with your quadriceps. Once they talk to you, you just breathe and you answer. You respond to the sensation in your legs. You can stop thinking. You can start feeling more. Open your arms to 2 90-degree angles. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Put your mind on the muscles on your back. Lift your chest open. Straighten your arms up to the ceiling. Fold to the earth. Lift halfway. Take chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Keep your hands flat, okay? Downward facing dog. Right foot warrior one. Pause. Bend your right leg down into the pose. Press through your left foot, and then you'll have space in the arch of your left foot. Lift up your right toes. And then all that energy that you had there, you could just use and send it back into your left leg. Release your right toes to the floor. And then breath in guides your right knee down. Breath out, you can press the back edge of your left foot onto your mat. Lift up out of your hips and use the strength of your legs to hold you. Let your breath keep the whole thing flowing. Bring your hands down, high plank. Drop to your knees, high plank. On your knees, look at your shoulders, place them over your wrist. Spread your fingers out so you can see the color of your mat or your towel in between each and every one. You'll keep your legs down, bend your elbows, low plank, pause. Low plank actually has your torso up off of the floor, your elbows bend. Now upward facing dog, lift everything up but your hands and your feet. Use your low belly and bend your arms, press your heart through. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step your left foot to warrior one, breathe. Press your right foot down, and the more space you create, just press this foot flat, there you go, and bend your knee, there you go, and reach your arms up. The more space that you have in between your feet, the more access you have into what this pose offers. You have a color on your mat below your feet, but it's actually a mirror. What shows up on your mat is what shows up in your life. Move this foot up here. So if stillness is challenging in a yoga pose, it might be challenging off the mat. You practice being with stillness here now. Spread your fingers out, make them just as involved as your legs. Open your eyes, be with the breath that's happening here now. Bring your hands down, high plank position, pause. You could stay on your toes or drop to your knees. Right away, put your mind onto the muscle on your back, your shoulder blades, bring them together. Bend your elbows, low plank, point them behind you. They're actually not out to the side, they're pointing behind you. Use your triceps that's on the back of your arms. Lift to upward facing dog, your hands and your feet touch. And then the whole front side of your body just lifts up off of your mat. Use your belly and roll back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk or jump up to the front of your mat. Lift halfway. Fold. Squat, chair pose. Pause. With a deep bend in your legs, you have the opportunity to lift your arms up. Relax your shoulders and let there be space in between your ears and your shoulder blades. Fold. Lift halfway. Take chaturanga, down dog. Move in whatever way your body asks for. When it speaks, you listen. Up dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot, warrior one. Breathe in. Open warrior two, breathe out. Flip your right palm up, reverse. Wrap your left arm behind your back and tuck it into your right leg. Gary, bend a little bit more in that right leg. Good. So when you have a bend, Kathy, a little bit more in your right leg, you notice your inner thighs. And so you're just bringing life into your body. You actually have everything that you need. You're just waking up to it on your mat. So bring this foot up a little bit further. Yes. Yes. Good, 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 good. Create space on your right side and your left side. So lift up out of your hips on the left side and be certain that you have a deep, deep bend in your right leg. Reach back so far you straighten your right leg. Come back out to warrior two. Look at your right fingers, extended side angle. Drop your right arm down, lift your left arm up. Becky, bend a little bit more in your right leg so your knee is over your ankle. That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Use your feet to guide the strength of your legs. And then be aware of a bend in your right leg. Good, and take this knee to your pinky toe. Be into your feet. Get out of your head, because it works in your body. It's a little manic upstairs. Stretch your left arm to the brick wall. Stretch your right arm to the brick wall. Reach, breathe in. Cartwheel your hands down. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Breathe the whole time you do this. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Bark out. Step your left foot to warrior one. Breathe in. Open to the yellow wall, warrior two. Flip your left palm up, reverse warrior. Wrap your right arm behind your back. You'll want your left knee to go out towards your pinky toe. That way you can open the front side of your body. Louisa, bend a little bit more into your left leg. Yeah. So you want your left thigh parallel to the floor below you. And if your arm that's reaching up is kind of like flopping in the wind, ask it to do some work. Stretch your left arm. And then there's a stretch on your left side, right? Can you create the same stretch on your right side with a simple shift up out of your hips and a simple awareness to the right side of your body? Bend down in your left knee. Take your knee over your ankle. Reach back so far you straighten your left leg. Come back to warrior two. Look at your left hand, extended side angle. Drop your left arm to your ankle. So you'll want to bend this knee and take your toes straight. That's it, that's it, that's it. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Reach it up to the ceiling, yes. Breathe. If you're doing anything else other than breathing, it's going to challenge you. So breathe in and out. That's how you connect your mind and your body. You connect what's happening. And when you're here now, then it all works, because it actually is all fine in this moment. There's nothing wrong here. Create a deep bend with your left leg so that you create even more awareness to your back right leg. Stretch your right arm to the brick wall. Stretch your left arm to the brick wall. Now bring your right shoulder back toward my voice to the bathroom wall and open your chest. Cartwheel your hands down. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. There are both variations, and you always get to pick which works for you. Up dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. A bark is available here. Lift your right leg up. Take your knee to your right armpit. It's way up, 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 higher than your elbow. Press your right leg back on purpose. Take your right knee to your left armpit. Cross the midline of your body and pull your shin in. Stretch your right leg back. Take your right knee through center crescent lunge. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist your left elbow outside of your right knee. In crescent lunge, you could have your heel up or your knee down. If your heel is up, you'll want all 5 of your left toes to connect. Bend your right knee, squeeze the muscles on your left leg together, and open your arms. Lift your belly off of your leg. Use your breath to create a deep twist. Ron, keep your right foot flat. Yes. Crescent lunge. Reach your arms to the brick wall. Open warrior 2. Straighten your right leg, triangle pose. Place your right hand behind your ankle. Lift your left arm up. You tip like a teapot toward the brick wall. Now your right hand could go on your leg on a block. Open your chest and stretch your left arm back to the yellow wall. Generate energy from your feet and take it all the way through your body. Watch that energy move upstairs and then out through your fingers. Half moon. Step into your right leg. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Hold on to your left foot. Binds. So the pose is executed, and then there's flow within the pose. The flow within the pose is coming from your breath. Comes from your breath. You're welcome to lift your right arm off of the floor and press your hand to your heart. Any stage of this pose is exactly where you need to be. Any variation on this pose is exactly what your body needs. You know the answer. It's actually imprinted. That data plan is inside of you. Step to warrior 2. Look at your right hand. Look at your right hand. Consume yourself with thoughts of your fingers. Wiggle your right thumb. Wiggle your pointer finger. Wiggle your middle finger. Wiggle your ring finger. Wiggle your pinky finger. Straighten them all out. Reach. Cartwheel your hands down. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Breathe the whole time. Inhale, up dog. Exhale takes you to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Sigh out. Breathe in, I. Breathe out, can. Breathe in, I. Breathe out, can. Step your left foot. Lift your left foot up. That was a yoga teacher. Boop. So take your left knee to your left armpit. Stretch it back. Take your left knee to your right armpit. Stretch it behind you. Step your left foot in between your hands, crescent lunge, reach your arms up. The variation of your legs would be to have your leg up or your knee down. If your leg is up, you'll want all of your toes to face the brick wall. Squeeze the muscles to the bone on your right leg. Send your hamstring up to the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist your right elbow outside of your left knee. So you want all of these, yes, here. Move your left foot up. Your right hamstring. Pull it in. Right. Now send it up to the ceiling. Yes. Lift your belly up off of your thigh. Yes. Open your arms. You're embodying, yes. Sarah, squeeze the muscle to the bone on your right leg. That's it. Squeeze it. Yes. Send it up to the ceiling. Move this left foot up. Create a lot of space in between your feet to give your body an automatic opportunity to be here on purpose in this moment, fully present. Reach up, crescent lunge. Open warrior 2. Straighten your left leg, triangle pose. Tip toward the brick wall. Lift your right arm up. When your body begins to shake in yoga class, it's because it's coming alive. A student shared before class she just had to come back for a second class today because her body craved it. Yes, your body craves the opportunity to be connected to you. It begs of us all the time, listen to me, please. And so here's where you get to practice that relationship. Here's where you get to date yourself. Step half moon. Lift your right leg up. You could bend your right knee, hold on to your foot. You can keep your right leg straight. You can lift your arm up. What you'll do is land in the pose, and then you'll take a breath in. You'll land and exhale. And then from there, you decide what your body is asking for, what it's saying, and you listen. Breathe more than you think. Let your thoughts be there, but know that you're not your thoughts. Step to warrior 2. Look at your left fingers. Get involved with your left fingers. So, right, the only thing that's actually true, that's rational, is here now. And how you get here now is you consume yourself with sensation. Sensation in your legs. Bend your left knee. Yes. There's a lot of space in between your feet, so you're totally there. Cartwheel your hands down, high plank. Pause. Place your right hand in the middle of your mat, right side plank. Lift your left arm up. You want your right fingers all to face forward. You can drop to your right knee. You can lift your left leg. The universal thing that's happening across the room is that your shoulder blades come together on your back. If your leg is up, go ahead and place it in tree pose, somewhere above or below your knee. Press the muscles on the bottom of your feet into the muscles on your inner thigh. High plank. Left side plank. Your left hand gets a turn now in the middle of your mat, and your right arm reaches up to the ceiling. The left side isn't the right side. It's actually completely different. So you'll just choose a variation to this pose that works for your body on this side. Put your mind to your shoulder blades and breathe. There. High plank. Down dog. Shake your legs out. Shake your head out. Take your right hand to your left leg. You can hold on to your top of your leg, the bottom of your leg, your ankle, and look under your left arm. Take your right hand to your left leg. Look under your left arm. Switch. Take your left hand to your right leg. Place your hands flat. Jump all the way or step to the front of your mat. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Squat, chair pose, reach. Take your feet out hip width distance apart. Place your left hand in between your feet flat. Chair twist. Reach your right arm up. So king chair, queen chair, you could take the right side as queen and the left side as king, however it works in your mind. But you'll want to sit down in this pose so that your bottom gets broad and wide across the back wall. And then you'll allow your feet to do the work and just twist in and out with your breath. It's another invitation to breathe life energy in. Make space for what you need. Come back, chair pose. Reach, fold. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Lift, lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale, fold. So there are exit doors in the front and the back of this room with green neon signs. And they lead you to how to get out of this space, right? Like that's their function. But exit doors can also be distractions. Can you stay completely present in your practice, on your mat, and avoid an exit like a shirt fix or a loose string on your pants? It actually is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just stay inside. Stay with this moment, present, guided by sensation. Release and come back to chair pose. Your feet can stay where they are. Reach your arms up. Place your right hand in between your feet. Twist to the bathroom wall. As you sit down in the pose, both of your knees bend to the same degree. When you lift your toes up, you'll put pressure in the ball and the heel of your foot so that you are involved with your whole foot. The pose begins when you want it to end. That's actually where you start the next time you come back. Twist with breath. Breathing is what fuels your practice to happen. It causes the change. Reach up, chair pose. Go ahead. Exhale, fold. Slide your hands under your feet. Wiggle your toes, massage your wrists. Wiggle your fingers, massage your feet. So bend as much as you need to into your knees to get your whole hand underneath, to get the complete massage happening. And then once your whole hand is under your foot, you might just straighten your legs out and become aware of your hamstrings. Anytime something gets challenging, find a way to prick yourself. Give yourself a little mosquito bite. You know how that is? All you can think about, that itch. Let your sensations be what you're thinking about, because they're true, they're real. Take your feet, release your hands, take your feet mat width distance apart. So line up the edges of your feet to the side of your mat. Squat for bear squat. It's a deep squat with your arms stretched out to the brick wall. Sit down in your legs, yes. Now interlace your fingers and send your pointer finger out toward the brick wall. It's a little different than goddess squat. So goddess squat, your spine is 12 to 6. In this way, you're just going out. Your spine is flat. Squeeze your biceps into your ears. Right. So if you're really flexible, you'll want to lift up out of the soil of your hips and use the strength of your legs. Take your feet a little bit wider. Yes. Your toes face forward. Your arms stretch out in front of you. Take a deep breath in. Lion's breath out. Oh, stay in bear squat. Breathe in. Lion's breath out. A deep breath in. A lion's breath out. Fold. Shake your head out. Squat this time in goddess squat. So your toes will go out to the side this time and you'll sit down. Bring your hands to your heart. Place your elbows in your inner thighs. Your feet are flat. Go as wide as you need to. Maybe your bottom goes on a block as a variation. Open your hands. Place them down, crow pose. In crow pose, your knees go onto the outside of your triceps and your gaze goes out to about 12 o'clock. The work here is to lean your weight into your hands, Pull your belly into your spine, release down. Eventually, what will happen is your toes will travel off of the floor. Your core guides this pose. Your arms guide this pose. And you're here, into your hands, into your belly. Send your legs back, chaturanga, downward facing dog. A pose, an asana, a flow that works for you. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Walk your legs out. Jump up to the front of your mat. Lift halfway. Fold. Rise all the way up. Reach your arms over your head. Right side eagle. Take your right arm under, your right leg over. Squat. Your inner thighs squeeze together. It's like a snake that wraps around a tree, a boa constrictor. It doesn't matter how high your right leg goes. You might have your right toes tucked down onto the floor. You could even take this pose on your back, supine. So your right arm is under and your right leg is over. Squeeze your inner thighs together right now. Sit down in your pose. Take your hands away from you and experience a different type of stretch in your back. Reach up, left side eagle. Take your left arm under, take your left leg over, squat down. As soon as you go away, come back to sensation. As soon as you see yourself traveling away from this moment, find a way to identify a felt sense, something inside. Sit down in your legs. Use your inner thighs to guide you. Come up out of the pose, reach your arms to the ceiling, place your hands on your hips, right to your hips, with not a whole lot of exiting on the way. Bend your right knee. You can hold on to your right foot if you'd like. Take your right leg to the yellow wall and take your left arm to the bathroom wall. So on Thursday at 1:15, I'll be leading the 40 days during the day, and then at 7 o'clock, Megan and Lisa will be leading the 40 days program in the evening. Join us. This is the way to guide yourself into the new year. There's nothing you have to fix this year. You actually are already fine. You're just making the resolution for 40 days to attach to what already works. Take your right knee front and center, split your hands, left hand on your right knee, dancing Shiva, twist behind you. 40 days of yoga, 40 days of mindful awareness to yourself. You actually deserve that. And after doing it for 40 days, it'll just be part of your life. Come back to the center airplane pose. Take your right leg behind you. Stretch your arms behind you. Press your hands down like they're on countertops. Now, if you want to go somewhere, like maybe to this retreat in Mexico we're offering, you're going to need to lift your chest way, way up so it clears the windows in the front of the room. Lift your heart to the brick wall. Send your right leg straight back behind you. Bring your hands to your heart. Take your left hand to the floor, twisting half moon. So reach your right arm out to the yellow wall. Actually, switch. Take your right hand to the floor and your left arm to the bathroom wall. That would be twisting half moon. Right hand to the floor, left arm to the yellow wall. Right hand to the floor, left arm to the yellow wall. Twist, twist, twist. Place your foot on the floor, forward fold, hang. Roll up, reach your arms to the ceiling with your in-breath. Exhale, place your hands on your hips. Bend your left knee, hold on to your left knee or your foot. What your neighbor does isn't actually what you're doing, because they're not you. Thank God, because the world would be boring if we were all the same. Take your left leg out to the bathroom wall and take your right arm to the yellow wall. Gaze. When you're ready, it's your right fingers. Don't rush your process. There's actually no race when you get there. You could touch your neighbor. It's a community class. They're here to help you. A pat on the back feels nice too if you're close to someone. Always feels good. Come back and switch. So place your right hand on your left knee, twist behind you, dancing Shiva. Your arm goes back and then your gaze. Don't rush to take your eyes back. Be very still on your right leg before you attempt to reach out. Come back to the center, reach your arms up. Take your left leg behind you, airplane pose, Dikasana. This time, interlace your fingers, crisscross your thumbs, press your palms together, lift, lift, lift your chest up. You'll want a little bit of a bend in your right leg so that you're still totally alive and aware in your right leg. Yeah. Come back into the pose. Don't judge. There's absolutely no judgment. You're enough. You can. Reverse half moon. Take your left arm to the floor and take your right arm to the yellow wall. So you want your right leg straight with a little bit of a bend versus bent. You're welcome to lift your left hand off of the floor. Press it to your heart. Forward fold. Shake your head out. Roll up to stand. Let your head be the last thing. It's the least of your worries in a yoga practice. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Stand in tree pose. Right foot, left leg. Your right foot attaches to some part of your left leg other than your knee. And you could just lay down on your back and take this pose as well. Switch sides, left side, tree pose. Stand at the front of your mat, reach your arms up to the ceiling, breathe in, exhale, fold all the way back to the floor. Yes, lift halfway, not quite yet. High plank, lower to your belly, all the way down. Bend your knees, hold on to your feet, floor bow. Lift your chest up, lift your legs up. You could also keep your legs down and press your feet flat up like you're pressing the ceiling up off of the roof. You can rock side to side and massage the front side of your body, all of the chakras that just line up, root to crown. Release, take your knees side to side. Hold on to your feet to floor bow. Go up right now. Again, into the pose, breathe in, and then shine your heart through. So you want to bring your feet together. They're not much more than hip width distance apart. And then you'll send your heart through your arms and breathe in. Pull your belly up like you've got a tack under your belly button. Release out. Take your knees side to side. Tickle your toes to your neighbor. Right. Interlace your fingers, crisscross your thumbs, locust pose. Lift your chest up, lift your legs up. Shalabhasana. Turn your toes into the center and kick your heels out. That way, you'll use your inner thighs. You'll let your bottom just have a break. Again, your belly wants to come into your spine, so in case there's a nail this time underneath your mat, it doesn't actually puncture your core. Pull it in, use your core and breathe in and out. Release. Take your knees side to side. Place your hands by your ribs. Rise to upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Jump through, sit on your bottom. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Dig your heels down into the earth so that your toes go straight up to the ceiling. Reach your arms up. Your spine is straight. So if you had a rod, it would be not bent. It would just go straight from your crown down to your tail. Reach your arms to the brick wall. Like you're holding hands with someone, hold on. Lower halfway down to your back. Hold hands with the imaginary person in front of you. Come all the way back up. Exhale, halfway down, but hold hands. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, lower all the way down, bridge pose. If you're brand new, sit up and just check out bridge pose so that your neck doesn't jam as you look side to side. Rise up into bridge pose, walk your shoulders underneath your body, interlace your fingers, press your palms together. So in bridge pose, keep your chin tucked to your chest. Press your shoulders down onto your mat as you open the front side of your body. Press your big toes down. Lift your right leg up. Small circles with your right leg in towards your left leg. On purpose. And then 3 small circles, move your right leg away. So lift your bottom up and take your triceps and forearms down. Yes. Bend your right knee. Place it on the floor. Lift your left leg up. Pause. 3 controlled circles into your right leg. And then 3 controlled, mindful movements of your leg away. Bend your knee, place your foot flat, release your hands, take your knees side to side, release the pressure that built up in your back. Reach your arms to the ceiling, take your hands flat, rise up, wheel pose. Go up for 5 breaths, inhale. Exhale, press your hands flat. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, place your right leg down. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, place your left leg down. Reach your right arm to your right knee. Reach your left arm to your right knee. Step out of the pose. Stand up tall. Release out. Take your knees side to side. Windshield wiper. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet together. Take your knees out wide. Keep your eyes open. Stay here. Hug your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Grab in between your feet, happy baby. Rock side to side. Pause. Take your legs straight up to the ceiling. Place your pointer finger and thumb together under your low back. Place the other fingers down flat. Lower your right leg to the floor. Lower your left leg to the floor. Lift your heels up an inch off of the floor. Lift your shoulders up, look at your toes. Reach your legs all the way up to the ceiling. Pause. Stretch your right leg, hover it just above the floor. Stretch your left leg out, hover it just above the floor. Lift your shoulders up, look at your toes. Reach your legs straight up to the ceiling. Breathe in, sigh out. Drop your right leg just above the floor. Drop your left leg just above the floor. Lift your shoulders, look at your toes. Reach your legs all the way up. Hug your knees to your chest. Roll 1 time. Cross your ankles. Step to downward facing dog. Bend your legs. Walk them out. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot to your left hand, half pigeon. Your left thigh is parallel with the side of your mat. Lift your spine tall. Stretch your chest out over your legs. Breathe. You'll want space for a block under your right butt cheek. Maybe you even place a block or water bottle there. Guide your left hip to your right heel. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Place your right leg down. Sorry about that. Step your left foot to your right wrist, half pigeon. You can take this on your back too, if that feels like a better stretch for your hips. So you want to lay on your back, cross your left leg over your right, and pull your right shin in. Yeah. So lay on your back. And take your left foot onto your right leg. Hold on to your right leg. So grab in between your left leg. Nope, keep your left foot where it is. This foot here, grab in between here, and grab outside here. That's it. Drop your shoulders. Downward facing dog. Walk, jump through, but land on your bottom. Lay down all the way on your back. Take your legs straight up in the air. Waterfall pose. You could move through plow pose, take your legs straight back behind you, and then into a shoulder stand. If you've moved into a pose and it's starting to feel more like a neck stand, you'll want to just come back out and switch so that you're into your shoulders. Come back out of the pose through plow pose. Bend your knees if you're there. Slowly lower down onto your back. Happy baby. Hug your knees to your chest. Take your knees out to a T. Drop your knees off to the left. Gaze to the bathroom wall. Press your left hand flat. Look way up on your left fingers. Press your whole hand flat. Twist. So Becky, go ahead and take both of your knees to the right. Switch directions with your knees and your gaze. Shavasana. Come back to the center. Let your legs go out long. Your arms are by your side. Palms are up. Place the cool stone either on your forehead or your chest, maybe on your abdomen. And then in Shavasana, wherever the cold sensation is, focus on it. If you travel away, travel back to that nucleus of sensation and enjoy. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees to your chest. Roll to your right side. Rise to a seated position. Reach your arms all the way over your head. Press your palms together. Celebrate with an Om. Inhale. The I can in me recognizes the I can in all of you. Thanks for coming. Namaste. Great job. So I'm missing 5 of you from the sign-in sheet. Just be sure to see me at the front desk before you go. You can place your stones in the baskets over by the bathroom and just spray off your mats with mat spray and bring them on out. See you next time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.